Today we have David Settlemyer here. He's the Public Relations Coordinator for the Cat Haven in WA. We're going to be speaking to him today, so thank you for coming on the show, David. How are you?
Thanks for having me on. Very well, thank you.
Oh, that's good. Firstly, who's this little critter here? I heard her name's Cheesecake. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Her name is Cheesecake indeed. She's 3 months old, and unlike many other kittens, she's quite relaxed, she's quite calm. She actually came to us, like so many kittens do, as part of an unwanted litter. Many people fail to get their cats sterilised. They might be able to give the first litter away, but once the second one arrives within the year, they have troubles and they end up bringing them to us. So this, Cheesecake is looking for a home.
She's gorgeous. I love cats. Unfortunately, I'm allergic, so I'm trying to keep my distance, but she's gorgeous. Any person, I reckon, would love a cat like that. Next, tell me a little bit about the history of the Cat Haven. When did it all begin?
Cat Haven started in 1961. It was started by a lady called Hilda Cochrane, who was feeding cats along the railway line just out of Perth, in what today is Northbridge. She saw them get more every single day. Every day she came back, there were more and more cats being dumped there, but she also witnessed some incredible cruelty. So she put an ad in the paper, teamed up with some other like-minded people, and started the Cat Welfare Society, which is still our very official name today, but we're commonly known as Cat Haven.
WA. That's great. Do you provide any health care for the homeless cats? And if so, what sort do you provide?
We make sure that all our cats are healthy and happy when they're at our shelter. We have an on-site vet clinic, but we also recognise that a shelter environment isn't always the ideal environment, obviously, for a cat. They should be sitting on a couch on someone's lap. And
spoilt rotten by someone at home.
Exactly. So we actually have volunteers who are part of our so-called animal enrichment program. And to basically break it down to its essentials, it's playing with cats. And they make it's a pretty good job, yeah. And they make sure that cats and kittens like Cheesecake here are sort of happy and entertained, and when they go to their new home, that they're well socialised as well.
Well, that's great. What's the process of adopting a cat? How does our people in WA go about finding a little cutie like Cheesecake?
Well, the key to adopting is exactly adopting, not buying a cat. Yeah. That's the real key, I think, to cat welfare in general in WA. There are many cats and kittens who are looking for homes, who are in shelters or with rescue organisations, who need to go to a loving home. In our case, it's as simple as visiting our shelter at 23 Lemnos Street in Shenton Park. You can come down, you can meet Cheesecake and her friends. You can also jump on our website, cathaven.com.au, or onto our Facebook page, which will give you plenty of visuals, plenty of videos and photos of cats and kittens, all of whom are looking for new homes.
Oh, fantastic. Now, I heard that the Cat Haven is hosting an event in April. What's that going to be about?
For the second time, we are hosting Australia's largest cat-only microchipping day. We started it last year, and it's going to be happening on the 14th of April. Basically,
up soon, yeah.
Coming up very soon. And basically, people can just walk in with their cats, who have to be in a secure carrier and a minimum of 12 weeks of age, and they can get their cat microchipped for just $25, or if you're on a low income, and you have a healthcare card with you, you can get it done for $15.
Oh, that's great. That's really good. And people, we've got no excuse, you know. It's a great thing to get you any sort of animal or pet that you've got microchipped. It's essential, definitely. And if you've got one of a little needle here to show us.
Well, it sounds probably sounds probably much worse than it actually is. Okay. What I've got here is actually the device with which the microchip gets implanted
David,
into.
Do you think we can microchip Taylor?
Oh, so I don't get lost and run off from my parents.
I think we've had to make that disclaimer that this is a cat-only microchipping day, so we try and make sure that
the cat for you, so you can actually show the needle.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, so this is the device with which the microchip gets inserted. It gets inserted in between the shoulder blades of a cat or a kitten, where the skin is nice and thick and where it won't sort of feel any pain. It's a short, stingy pain for the kitten. Goes in, takes about 2 seconds to do, and then this is the actual device that will go in, and it's
tiny.
It's extremely tiny.
It's almost like the size of a little grain of rice.
It is, and it's the best comparison actually. And this device will stay in there for the cat's life, and essentially once a reader goes over it, it activates the chip, it gives out a number, and that will allow any person who picks up a cat who has a reader like that to trace the cat back to its owner, which
Makes
is what
it a
we
lot
want.
easier for everybody.
It's the best way we have available today to make sure a cat or a kitten gets home safely.